day I held up.
Nasa Las Baños tayo, UPLB. After how many months? Or almost a year?
Hindi. Mga 6 months lang.
This year din ba yun? Yung last time? Okay. Bumalik ulit tayo dito to give a talk. And meron muna tayong radio interview ng local radio, DZLB, for 1 hour yata. Then later yung orientation.
Anong sasabihin natin for 1 hour, Johnny?
Magkukwentuhan lang tayo ng kung ano-ano. Siyempre about the festival and the comics.
Ano yun? Meron tayong parang interview sa radio station.
Yeah, radio interview.
Hanip yun ah.
Oo nga eh.
Dami tayong makakadig sa atin.
Oo, 100 meters.
Buong Pilipinas yata, ano?
Hindi, buong Las Baños, wala pa nga eh. Campus wide, hindi pa nga eh. Ano sabi ni Jonas, 100 meters lang daw.
Within that 100 meter radius, ilang tao may radyo. I mean, wala nang may radyo ngayon eh.
Oo nga eh, tapos kung may radyo,
MP3 player, not kung ano eh.
At kung may radyo man, anong station yung pinapakinggan nila?
Oo. Grabe, ino-okray natin yung ano.
Jonas, halika. Dating tawag ito, si Master Raven ng DZLB.
First generation ako.
So anong masaya mo, Jonas, na wala nakikinig sa radio station ngayon? Lahat yung MP3 na at kung ano pa.
Meron ka bang quantifiable data para patunayan yan? Wala pa ako nakikitang study or demographic.
Katulad sinabi niya, bihira na yung may radio ngayon. Tapos sabi mo kanina, 100 meters lang yung kaya.
Oo.
Depending na meron ng radio siyang hawak, ano pa yung probability na DZLB yung pakinggan ka?
Pag-usapan natin statistically, if you have 100 meters in any direction, given na meron kang sabihin natin 5 to 10 people per square meter, i-multiply mo yun doon sa entire radius, tapos sabihin natin, sige, 1% of that entire population na nakikinig sa sabihin natin, there's still about 100 to 500 at a good day, 1,000 to 2,000 nakikinig sa DZLB at any given kahit sabihin natin 3 to 7 p.m. lang sila. Nung panahon namin hanggang 10 p.m. kami.
Yung radio sa Philippines, old school na, wala nang, it's on its way out na.
Oh? Parang
face out.
Parang
face out na.
Parang hindi ko yata matatanggal.
Pero alam mo sa UK, very big pa rin ang radio.
Oo.
Kaso wala tayo sa UK.
Yung mga malalaking artista, gumagawa pa rin ng mga radio play.
Wow.
Tsaka din naman, predominantly, pa rin ito, agricultural. Marami pa rin mga farmers ang...
Hindi ka makakaabot sa kanila eh.
Umaabot kayo. Hindi. Ang sinasabi kasi ni Johnny, yung 100 meters na yun, per FM. Yung AM, mas malawig yung nun.
Yung interview natin ngayon, AM or FM?
FM.
Drop one by at the hottest party this side of town.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. They call me the Dean of Dirt and the Duke of Dunks. My name is Davis, going all the way till 7 with nothing but hits to get you up and moving. The hottest party this side of town takes off all the way till 7 p.m. It's Urban Fusion, baby. You can for anything and let me know what's up. You can also hit us up online. Just search for LBFM 97.4 on Facebook and be part of your local, loud, and proud family. Gonna give you guys a whole lot for a very jam-packed show today. We got the good guys from Comicero later on the show. They're going to be having the second San Pablo City Comics Festival and more details on that later on. Comicero publishing the good people of Jonas Diego Inc. We are absolutely proud and it's an amazing pleasure to have them on the show. Also, we'll be checking up on the original Master Raven here in the booth today, Mr. Jonas Diego, first generation UPLB jock. And not just that, as if that wasn't big enough, we have the good people of Comicero Publishing and Comicero Artist Group and Graphic Literature Guild. They're all here today. They'll be talking, it's going to be Comic Fest today here on the show. Let's get the geeks out of everyone. I was a comic book boy myself, and I still, indulge myself in the very, very rare graphic novel every now and then. But this man, the one we're going to talk to today, if there's something that, if you think of something comics, here in the Philippines, he has done it all. Some of his original works include Wasted, Timawa, and Elmer. He is a comic book writer, artist, and publisher all in one very sweet package. He is also the anchor for Superman Birthright, for X-Men, for Batman, and lately for Ultimate Avengers. He is probably one of the only few men who can say that he has met both DC and Marvel superheroes alike. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up and welcome Mr. Jerry Alangiran here on the show. Sir, it's very rare that I have people here on the show. Usually I just have crazy party goers who visit my show. But you, sir, have been in comics for a very, very well spent amount of time. You have done a whole lot.
It's a long time.
You've done a whole lot in the comic book industry here in the Philippines. First and foremost, sir, let's talk about the Comic Book Festival. For people out there who are interested in comics, for people who are just generally curious about it, tell us everything that's going down over at San Pablo.
Yung Comics Festival is actually the second San Pablo City Comics Festival. Yung first festival was held in 2003.
Parang election, no? Every 6 years.
Olympics. Ginawa namin tong festival, just to share our love of comics to other Filipinos, and also to share my particular love of San Pablo City. Kasi doon namin held talaga sa San Pablo City specifically. And we held the festival beside Sampaloc Lake.
Yes,
para
beautiful place.
Pag punta yung mga tao, makikita na yung lake, they will enjoy the view, and they will enjoy comics as well. And itong festival this year, ginagawa namin, once again, to promote comics. Bale, parang, it's a continuing effort to increase awareness about Filipinos working in comics now.
And it's not just about selling comics, sir. If I'm mistaken, please correct me. But it's about promoting the whole comics culture, the art form, the industry, and everything about it. Now, I see here that it's going to be stacked. It's going to be on December the 6th, that's a Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you have all day to enjoy. There's going to be book signings, portfolio review bazaars, inspirational talks. What else can people look forward to? I mean, it's a stacked program. But what for you are the highlights na if you go there, dapat talaga makita mo itong mga people na to who are going to be there, or these things that you guys are going to present to the comic book fans?
Nung first festival kasi namin, talagang wala siyang selling component. It's all about exhibits lang talaga. We nag-exhibit kami ng mga artwork of Philippine comics art na ranging from the 40s up until the present. Na itong exhibit na to, we will still have the exhibit, which is the very center of the festival talaga. We will be exhibiting comic books, very, very old comic books, very, very old vintage artwork up until the present. Not only that, pati mga creators of yung mga superheroes sa Marvel and DC, meron mga Filipino sa kanila pupunta rin sa event, pati mga old-timers na who's been working on comics since the 1950s, 1960s, pupunta rin sila. So it's actually a mixture of the old and the new into one place. And
all of course sharing your very strong passion for comic books. Sir, I have a question. We hear that Manix Cabrera, very popular with his Kiko Machine comic books around. We hear he's going to be there as well. And with your resume of everything that you've done in comic books, and there are going to be a lot of young people, a lot of students who will be there. If you leave one thing to them as a piece of advice, what would you suggest if they want to get into the comic book industry? If they want to somehow be like you someday, what's your piece of advice?
Ang advice talaga na binibigay ito sa lahat ng gusto mag-comics is that you have to love comics first and foremost before anything else. Kailangan mahal mo ang not only the medium of comics, pati yung pag-create ng comics. Ayun dapat ang motivation mo, not for anything else. Don't come into comics, because siguro sa tingin mo malaking kita. Don't come into comics, siguro sa tingin mo merong groupies. Don't come into comics na naiingit ka dahil may man nagpapasign, pa-photograph, ganyan. Actually, may naman nag-email sa akin ng gano'n na they want to become comic book writers because magpapapirma, may mga girls. Actually, wala naman
It's not a rock and roll lifestyle.
For some. Para sa kanila, hindi. For some. Anyway, don't come into comics with that kind of motivation. Kasi comics is a very very difficult profession to have. Na kapag nag-start na yung work at nahirapan ka, it is the love of comics that will keep you working. Kasi kapag hindi mo love ang comics, nahirapan ka, susuko ka eh. You'll be gone in just a few days, wala ka na.
Baka nakakailang frames ka pa lang, tapos ka na.
Ayaw mo na, kasi ang hirap. So, you come into this kasi gusto mo siya.
So, it's not about, it's not about a lucrative lifestyle, whether it's there or not. It's about your passion for the craft talaga that you enter that will keep you in the comic book industry.
I think if you're passionate for it, the money will come eventually. Don't wait for it. If you love it, if you love your work, you will produce work that's excellent, and that will reap rewards eventually.
Before we head on, go on until tomorrow night, so make sure that you get your shot. Now, if you are lucky enough, you might get to audition in front of this man, one of the pioneers of the UPLB jocks, first generation jock, Master Raven himself. Please give it up for Mr. Jonas Diego on the show and back on the station. What a homecoming, sir. Welcome back to the LBFM 97.4 booth.
I see that wala masyado nagbago. But it's actually a nice homecoming. Everything pretty much looks the same with dust.
We like to make sure that you guys feel at home when you come back.
Why, thank you.
No matter how long it is that you are away. Sir, you ventured from being a student here at the university to being a UPLB jock, being on radio, and now you've really gone mass media and you are now into comic books.
That's actually one of the things I'm doing right now. I'm also into new media marketing. We do web development and social networking marketing. We're also producing commercial art for storyboards, animatics, some comic book production, and basically anything and everything under the sun.
Make sure to send you a solicitation letter in one of these days, sir.
Oh my God, look at the time.
But there you go. We're very, very proud that you are one of the very strong forces behind the San Pablo City Comics Festival.
Oh, I love comic books.
Tell us all about your love for comic books and about this amazing festival.
It's also a very amazing story because it's actually because of this person over here, Jerry Langilan. We met sometime back in 96, 98. He introduced me to the idea of comic books, an actual real career. And here I am, plus several other things I'm doing on the side. And we decided one day that, hey, let's set up a festival. Hirap pala, no?
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Seemed like a good idea. But, like Jerry was saying earlier, passion gets you through most everything.
Yes.
And we happen to love comic books very much. And we'd like to share our love and passion for the medium to everyone who would listen and come with us to the festival.
Now, you sir, it's priceless, that feeling when you get when you go home and you feel proud of the work that you've produced. And for you, it's very tangible. If you produce a comic book and you're extremely proud of it, whether you sell it for $1 million or you just keep it at home, it's it's a priceless feeling to know that it's something that you did and that it's a product of your talent. Now, for everyone out there who is listening, just like what I asked Sir Jerry earlier, if they're going to get into comic books, they're going to get into new media, which you will be talking about later on, some very lucky students. What's your big tip for them?
Have fun and never be afraid to experiment. Like any creative industry, the comic book industry needs new blood, always. New ideas, new ways of doing things. It's the backbone which the industry progresses, venture into commercial success, or just critical acclaim. So never be afraid to experiment and always have fun with the thing that you do.
So there you go. Before we let you guys go, we really appreciate you having out one more time on this Sunday. The San Pablo City Comics Festival.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want people to make sure that they watch out for at the festival?
Yeah, we're going to have a few digital coloring demonstrations. So for you people out there who are coloring with Photoshop and want to, get to know a bit of the ins and outs of the industry, it would be great for you to come on over and meet the titans of the local comic book industry who are working both locally and abroad, and get a few tips and maybe some inspiration for your own fledgling career.
And speaking of meeting some titans, you guys are gonna meet some students later on tonight. So
yes.
let's mention that later on tonight around 7 p.m. if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with the Graphic Literature Guild, we're gonna be doing a speed coloring demo. And we're going to be showing them a few tips and tricks on popularizing their comic books on the interwebs.
So there you go. Just head on over to the second floor of the DevCom building over at the LR1. Master Riv, Mr. Jonas, thank you for coming out. Sir Jerry, and to everyone else, we really appreciate you guys coming out.